Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Madam Finance Minister, distinguished guests. Finance Minister has to leave soon, so I'm going to keep it really quick and in the interest of time. So when this subject is really fantastic. I'm happy you picked it up, geoeconomics. And at this point of time, when we talk geoeconomics, people normally tend to talk about trade, supply chain, currency, exports, imports, what are we good at, what we're not good at, etc. But end of the day, all geoeconomics power, seat on the table, negotiations, etc., comes down to economic strength of a nation. And what are the critical equipments or items a particular country makes, what is the other country needs, and so on. Now, on this front, if you see how China really has sprinted far ahead and built so many such capabilities, low-cost manufacturing, fantastic infrastructure, and of late, even rare earth minerals and so on. US, $30 trillion economy, they talk from their position of strength because of their strength, and a large consumption economy, maybe the consumption leader of the world, and that's why the whole concept of tariff debate that's going on right now. So, what is India's strength at this point of time? Oftentimes, we are, for the last many years, putting India's strength of what India will be. And it's truly turning out to be. You know, we were maybe $1.5 trillion economy some time ago. We're already touching $4 trillion now. So that story is playing out so very well. Now, when we talk of our own cost of goods coming down, the amount of work India has done in the last maybe 10 years, putting out 55,000 crores of 50,000 kilometers of national highways, and any of us traveling between states and cities these days can see the experience. You know, if the goods are stuck in traffic for hours together, you can see the loss of productivity, wastage of fuel, and so on. All that is, you know, the amount of investment India has done has brought down the cost of logistics. And but for this, had this money been given away in any other form to the public at large, it couldn't have created this infrastructure, couldn't have structurally brought down the cost of goods for the country. Now, similarly, on the digital infrastructure front, maybe, you know, cloud and data and 5G and real time, all that infrastructure is coming about, which is really very powerful. So both the physical infrastructure and digital infrastructure coming about together are creating definitely creating some magic, which is why you're seeing, you know, like when he talked about India's fastest growing economy for so many years now, world's fastest growing economy. Now, since from the financial sector point of view, you know, I represent financial sector and I work there, so I'll just make a few quick comments in the interest of time. Now, on the financial sector front, there are 4 very significant things that are happening right now. And this is really very important. The first thing is that the banking system is very strong. The total capital, that is the net worth, equity plus reserves, of the banking system is running at about, give or take, about 29 to 30 lakh crores now. And you know, the loan book of the system is now touching about 180 lakh crores. And just to tell you that despite all the issues that happened in this period during implementation of GST, demonetization, these are all good reforms, but they all had temporary issues, then COVID, all that, it has grown by about 2.8 times in the last 10 years. The deposit market of the country is now currently about 240 lakh crores, growing at about 10% per annum for the last many years, but still has compounded about 2.6 times in the last 10 years from 85 lakh crores. Then the mutual fund market has grown from about 11 lakh crores 10 years ago to 66 lakh crores now. The AIF and PMS market, that was 2.3 lakh crores 10 years ago. Today is 23 lakh crores. The point I'm making is that all this money, the 240 lakh crores plus the 66 plus the 23, all of these are pools of capital. So the key point is that the pools of capital that has got created in the country in the last 10 years is quite dramatic. And that pools of capital is what is financing infrastructure, is what is financing startups. Startups are getting financed by, you know, VCs and Ps and all that stuff. So that is a pool of capital coming to grow the country. And I think the way things are growing, this is a compounding story on the basis of the nominal GDP plus release of, currency to the system and so on. But that's a very big thing. The second big thing apart from pool of capital, is that this is one of the rare moments in the country at this point of time where the inflation is low and growth is high. We've not seen this before. And this is actually enabling us to raise capital. I can tell you, and for capital first, I was trying to raise capital in 2010, 11, 12, 13 at that window. And, the newspaper magazines were all quite negative. One magazine showed that India was going off the, slipping off a banana peel. Another magazine showed, blackout nation, and then said, how's India going to recover, all that. Now when we go, I was struggling to raise just at that time 800 crores of capital. In the last 6 years or 5 years, our bank has raised 21,000 crores of equity capital, equity from the market. For a startup bank or an early stage bank, it's very hard. But that comes because India has now set up that ecosystem and the confidence that there is growth in the country, there's digitization happening in the country, the rule of law, there is, and so on. So that, and there's a business prospects are strong, and so on. So the point is therefore that our country's ability, this second point of having macroeconomic stability is a super important point for being able to attract investors and so many other participants from the rest of the world. The third thing that has also become very important for the country over the last many years is development of the infrastructure, not the physical one we can see, but the ability of the market infrastructure, like how the NSE, BSE, they're all talking of T+0 settlement these days. CCIL is doing clearing mechanism capabilities, rating agencies, you can say bureaus. So this kind of a institutional mechanism is a third big thing that has come in the country, which even foreigners who are listening to this program or in the audience should note that this is a super important thing, because that's on this infrastructure is what India is riding and growing many of these things. The fourth thing is about the advanced, let me say, the digital ecosystem that has now come about. Digital ecosystem is how the identity ecosystem is there, the fraud ecosystem is there, the cash flow evaluation ecosystem is there, the e-mandate, e-agreement, e-stamping, it's all become environment friendly. So this ecosystem, I can tell you, is just not academic. Our bank has, to just give you some numbers, is now giving out more than 1 million loans a month. 1 million loans a month, and more than that. And how are we giving it? Not through some human being sitting and doing all the work of credit evaluation, because this system of being able to evaluate and take data from multiple digital ecosystems, combine them, work out a algorithmic way of figuring out who's a customer whom we can lend to in a safe way with defined credit norms. And this is through this, we are able to do, India always wanted to do financial inclusion. But now this digital ecosystem is enabling it to happen in a safe manner. To give you an idea, there are 4 kinds of financing that are happening very, very quickly. One is small business financing, happening in a big way. Number 2, very big way happening is skill financing. Number 3 is rural financing. Number 4 is even sanitation financing. And these are financing that was very difficult for the system to do earlier, but now on the new digital ecosystem, it is made available. So short point is that over the last many years, because of macro stability, because of digital infrastructure, because of the market participant system and so on, and the pools of capital available, things have become really quite good. I have seen this before, as and I've seen this now. I mean, I've seen a big change. But I think looking ahead, there are just lots to do, lots of things to do. But short point is that this is now, at least as practitioners, I can say that things are looking much better. And the geoeconomics becomes very important from the context of strength, because after all, only a growing economy can give us the strength to discuss geoeconomics and geopolitics. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Nice speaking to all of you. Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much for that.